Alrighty. 5 designer fragrances that are underrated. I'll wait. In the comment section, give me the 5 you can think of. Immediately, offhand, 5 designer fragrances that are underrated. Let me know, because I'm interested to see what you guys think. But, guys, if you want to know 5 designer fragrances that are super underrated, in my personal opinion, I'm going to go ahead and put you on to these, because I think they're really good to add to your collection. If you're looking for something that's not niche and something that's not a clone, well, you're in the correct place to be at, because I'm about to put you on. Let's talk about it. What's really good, Familia? Welcome back to the channel, to Create with Jonathan, where we discuss all things fragrance related. Guys, I appreciate you guys. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so if you find it within your heart to go ahead and just hit the sub button, by all means, go ahead and do so. I'll wait while I sniff. Also, don't forget to like the video, comment down below. I appreciate you guys. Your comment may be featured on a future video. And guys, we're just rocking and rolling in 2025. I appreciate you, all the new subscribers, fam. I appreciate you guys. For real, it's nothing but love. Sit back, relax. I want y'all to be family, so just enjoy the content. And let's continue to smell good, Familia. So I appreciate you guys. And let's talk about these designer fragrances. So I was thinking, designer fragrances are something that are still very prevalent. Everything in between. If you're not a niche fragrance head, you're either in clones or you're in designer territory. So I figured it'd be nice to reflect on some designer fragrances, some designer bangers that I think are really enjoyable. And for your collection, I think it may add a little bit of nuance to it. So for number 5, we're gonna discuss one of my favorite fragrances of all time. We're talking about, from the house of Burberry, we're talking about Burberry Touch. Guys, this is a beautiful, almost woody violet leaf fragrance. It has nutmeg, white pepper, some vetiver, and I feel like the vetiver is really nice with this. Like, you can pick it up towards the dry down. But guys, Burberry Touch is, first of all, the bottle is kind of timeless. It's a really magnificent design, very classy, okay, very caché. And the atomizer is not bad. It's whatever, you know, it's like an 8 out of 10. But what happens with this is that, it smells so good. What happens with this is that this is an old fragrance. I'm talking about like 2002, I think, something like that. Or maybe even before that. But in 2002 is where I fell in love with this, man. This, listen, high school, 2002, you spraying this? Like, come on, bro. Everybody loved it. It's a very beautiful fragrance. I think it's an easy grab. I think it's mass appealing. The violet leaf with the mandarin orange tree that it has gives it a nice little citrus, floral, woody component that I think is really timeless. I really haven't smelled something like this yet. Such a good fragrance. And the, you know, the performance, it's an EDT. It's all right. Like, the performance is not bad. It gives you about a good 6 to 7 hours, in my opinion. I overspray, guys. No lie. I keep this 15 or 20 sprays. Like, I'm not even playing. 15 to 20 sprays. But I'm good. It's going to last on skin for a good 7 hours. Then on clothes, if I put 15 to 20 sprays on clothes, it's going to last a good whole day. Probably till the next day. If you have not gotten your nose on Burberry Touch, I strongly recommend this fragrance. And you can get this for like under 30 bucks in some places. Maybe in the 20s. Guys, masterpiece, and I will forever love Burberry Touch. That is number 5 designer fragrances that are slept on. Let's go to number 4. So for number 4, we're gonna go to something that's a little bit controversial. Not a lot of people enjoyed this, but I did. We're talking about Versace OS Energy. Now, guys, this is a beautiful, super lemon, citrus heavy opening fragrance. Like, in the opening, this smells like the lemon head candies that you used to rock for a quarter, the little carton, the big cartons for 25 cents. Man, inflation's crazy. For 25 cents, I used to buy a big carton of those lemon heads. Guys, just down that. And this smells like that. Beautiful citrus opening. The only thing is, that opening is not long lasting. It'll probably give you a good 30 minutes, maybe an hour on a good day with that citrus opening, which I think kind of makes it very energetic, hence the Versace OS. But this is not a bad fragrance. It does dry down to an Aventus style fragrance, which is not bad. If you're looking for a designer fragrance that is not going to break the bank, that has a really beautiful, unique, good 30 minutes to an hour in the opening and then dries down like Aventus, I'm just saying it's not a bad situation to be in. All right, so if you want to get Aventus on the low, you want to get Aventus for under 100 bucks, well, there you go. Versace OS, I think, is an absolute banger. Again, very citrus. Then on the dry down, it transitions into a beautiful woody, Aventus style, woody, lemony fragrance. And I think it's really magnificent. The bottle aesthetics are really beautiful. And Versace OS is a great designer fragrance. And the atomizer is not bad. That opening is where it's at, though. That opening is beautiful. I think if you give this a chance, you just might enjoy it, guys. It's not groundbreaking, guys. It's nothing that's out of this world. It's familiar, yes. But is it nice? Yeah, I think so. And is it slept on? Yeah, I think this is underrated. So, in my opinion, this is a beautiful fragrance to have in your designer collection. Versace Eros is my number 4. Let's jump to number 3. Now, with number 3, we're going to go ahead and start getting a little bit more serious. Now, these top 3 are really, really great. But I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here. Now, this is technically, you know, y'all can debate this in the comment section, all right? MANCERA, the house of MANCERA. Listen, listen, listen. I know you guys are saying MANCERA is not designer. MANCERA is niche. The thing with MANCERA fragrances is that they're priced like high-end designers, which is a win-win. It's not a bad thing. So in my opinion, is this a designer fragrance or a niche fragrance? Guys, y'all discuss it in the comments. I'm putting it in the designer profile as well as niche profile. Beginner niche, seasoned designer. I'm just going to put it like that. Seasoned designer department as well as beginner niche department. We're talking about the house of MANCERA and none other than the amazing, majestic CEDRAT BOISE. And CEDRAT BOISE is a beautiful, woody, lemon fragrance. It smells like a lemon creamsicle. It has this beautiful, sweet opening of citrus and wood. And the atomizer on these bottles is crazy. Listen, this smells, listen. This smells so good, guys. For designer, if you're building up a designer collection, it would behoove you to have this in your fragrance. I'm just saying, y'all got me using the eloquent words here. Listen, this is gorgeous. MANCERA CEDRAT BOISE is a 10-hour plus fragrance. They even have the intense version, which is even stronger. But guys, it's beautiful. It's magnificent. Got the Sicilian lemon. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. It has this black currant in it that gives it a slight little rough around the edges type vibe. Like, it's not a smooth, very gorgeous citrus fragrance. No, this is not that type of citrus. This is a woodsy, very masculine, in my opinion, fragrance with the lemon, water, jasmine, patchouli. Like, it has some beautiful stuff going on. And the cap is magnetic. Guys, the presentation to the scent profile, to the price, this is a no-brainer. If you have not gotten yourself the OG MANCERA CEDRAT BOISE, please do. For under $100, this big bottle, which I believe is 120 mils, 4.5 ounces for under $100. Like, what are you doing? Designer or niche? I'll leave it up to you. But I'm keeping it in the designer video because, you know, it's a banger. And guess what? It'll be in the beginner niche video too. Just saying. CEDRAT BOISE is fire. Let's go ahead and move to number 2. Now for number 2, underrated fragrances. Like the general public, your average fragrance consumer, your average consumer is not discussing this, and we need to put this on the map more because it is stellar. We're talking about Boss Bottled ABSOLU is magnificent. Oh my God, this is fall, winter in a bottle. It's this leather, frankincense, patchouli, amber. It's got this myrrh note as well. Guys, it is gorgeous. It is different. Oh, it's got this spice to it. It's resinous. And for value for money, guys, listen, I bought this when it first came out. This is a 100 ml bottle. I purchased this for about 116 bucks. Right now, you can probably get it cheaper than that. This big bottle. And in my opinion, it should be worth more. This should be like DIOR Homme Parfum territory. I said it. This should be DIOR Homme Parfum territory when it comes to pricing. The way that's priced, this should be priced in my opinion, because this is absolutely magnificent. Now, am I happy that it's not that price? You're damn right. But I'm just saying, the quality of this is magnificent. It's beautiful. It's an EDP. It smells manly. It's masculine. It's spicy. It's sweet, ambery, resonant. It's all about that woody and the leathery accords on there. Such a good fragrance, guys. In my opinion, one of the best designers that I've ever tried, like straight up. Boss Bottled ABSOLU is a must-have. If you want to smell like a boss, rock Boss Bottled ABSOLU. Cringe? Yeah, I know. That was crazy. All right, guys, let's go to number 1 because number 1 is going to be crazy. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is an underrated designer fragrance. And there's a couple reasons why. But let's go ahead and talk about the infamous DIOR Homme Parfum 2020 formulation. Guys, take a second. Really, if you haven't already, take a second if you own the bottle. I'll give you a few. Grab the bottle, disconnect the cap, and just... This smells so good. Listen, I recently put my nose on Dior Homme Parfum, right? Recently. And in the last week, I've been wearing it. And it has been a pleasant surprise. My initial impressions, I believe I gave this a 9. And it's already gone up from there. This is slowly becoming one of my favorite designer fragrance of all time. Okay. When people talk about that, you know, it sounds kind of redundant. Oh, the lipsticky iris. Yeah, you know what? It's true. There's a reason why you hear everybody talk about it. It's got this lipsticky makeup iris to it. And it's intoxicating. It's weird because at first when you smell it, you're like, okay, and? But then it grows on you. And then it lasts on your skin for 10 plus hours. It lasts on close to the next day. It's got this beautiful resinous nature to it as well. It's a very masculine fragrance. Now, the reason why I say it's underrated is because a lot of people don't mess with it because of the price, especially now because the 2025 rendition came out, which that's a whole nother video, a whole nother subject, all right? But it's highly priced, and a lot of people don't want to pay that price when they're paying for designer fragrances, and that's, I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to pay $200, $150 for a designer fragrance. I wouldn't want to do that, and Dior Parfum does that, all right? So with the 2025 formulation, it's like 180 bucks, I think, for a 50 ml, I think. If I'm mistaken, let me know. But this one has gone up. This one I bought for $180, okay, when it restocked on Joma Shop, and I got it after the hype as well, so that's probably contributing to it. But guys, for the price, a lot of people are afraid to jump on this, but listen, my recommendation to you, the reason why I say this is underrated is because a lot of people are not going to get their nose on this. A lot of people are not going to smell this masterpiece because of how much it's going up. And in my opinion, I think you guys should buy it sooner rather than later. This Dior Parfum is gonna be a banger. If they ever stop making this, if they haven't already, if they stop making this formulation, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna skyrocket. This is by far one of the top designer fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. And it's underrated because not a lot of people have tried it. And I can attest to that. I literally just tried it for the first time in my life. About a week ago, I got it. So it doesn't have the exposure that it is. So in my opinion, that's why I call it as an underrated fragrance. Now, if you talk to fragrance heads and fragrance connoisseurs and fragrance lovers, 9 times out of 10, not all of them, let me say 8.5 times out of 10, they're gonna absolutely love it and give it raving reviews, amazing ratings, and it's merited. But in my opinion, we need to put this more on the map. Hopefully more people can get exposed to Dior Homme Parfum 2020. And we can go ahead and give this the flowers that it deserves. Especially now, it's getting some flowers now. It is, but for a long time there, it was really underrated. So, just saying, Dior Parfum 2020, that is my #1 designer fragrance that I believe is underrated. Guys, in 2025, you have options. You have the ability to smell like anything you want, however you want, wherever you want. And it's a great time to be alive when you got stuff like this that's coming out for designers. I'm talking about beautifully made fragrances that are absolutely magnificent. And honestly, these fragrances would be great for your collection if you don't have any of them already. So I'll let you guys decide which ones you guys want to try or which one you guys have already tried. Let me know down below in the comment section, as your comment can be featured on a future video. Guys, road to 2K continues. We're going to continue marching forward. I appreciate you guys. All my new subscribers, my new followers, guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the love. It's been absolutely magnificent. 2025, let's get it. Let's get it. All right, fam. I got to go. Links down below. All the discounts you need. All the links down. I mean, what else do you need? I got you. I got to go. I appreciate you guys. My familia, my family, my people, mi gente. Hasta la próxima. But to the next one, I'll check you out.